So I came across this tweet on Twitter just a few days ago saying, I wish a lot of us didn't learn makeup from YouTubers because the makeup that looks good on camera / under harsh white light does not look good with flash photography or in the sun. So baby, let me show you today right here in this video how to look good in real life. Now, I don't know about y'all, but my makeup always looks good in person, in video, in photos, in the sun, in real life. So let me show you how to get a flawless, seamless, unclockable beat in today's video. How you prep your base is the most important part of your makeup application. So be sure you are doing your skincare routine, you are moisturizing your skin and hydrating your skin. Use hydrating serums, hyaluronic acid, very good moisturizers. Make sure you're toning and prepping your skin before primer, okay? So the primer I've been loving to use as of lately, which was in my 2020 beauty favorites, go ahead and check out that video if you have not, is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. It not only hydrates your skin, but aids in a very tacky base so your makeup sticks right onto it. And when your skin is already prepped with your skincare, this just glides right on, and it only takes a few seconds for the tack, boom, to enable. I love to glow, and I like to start off my glow with my primer. So I'm going to take the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Radiant Primer and Serum. This has like specks of shimmer in it, and it just looks so beautiful on the face. I really just like to keep it on the outer perimeter, like the cheekbones and this portion of my face, and this has a nice tack to it as well. The glow has to start from the base forward. Don't just use highlighter, it's gonna look ashy. It's gonna look like highlighter just sitting on your face. It has to start with the prep, and we love that glow, honey. It's very important to use a foundation that almost perfectly matches your skin. Now I know some of us have some weird undertones. I'm with you, girl. I have a yellow olive undertone, and not a lot of companies make yellow olive undertoned foundations, but the closest match to me right now is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Praline. This is my non-summer bronze shade. So use a foundation that almost perfectly matches your skin. I personally love to apply my foundation with a beauty blender, a sponge, a beauty sponge, whatever. It doesn't have to be the beauty blender, it can just be a sponge, okay? And we are just going to pounce that on. I spend a lot of time blending my foundation in, okay? I want it to become one with the skin. And as you can see, this shade match, baby, on point, okay? Now, a very bright under eye can look good on camera and in videos, but in person, it's a little off, okay? And in flash photography, it's a no ma'am. So I like to start off with a concealer that's closest to my skin tone. This one is the Too Faced Born This Way Concealer in Warm Sand. And I kind of just put it right in the corner, you know, right in the corner. Because this is where the flash photography, honey, it can clock you. And just a little bit on the chin. Now I still like to brighten, don't get it twisted. But I like to keep the brightening effect right above the cheekbone and a little bit on the inner cheek. When the light bounces off the cheek, the apples of the cheek, it just looks so good in person and in photos. You just look so much more youthful. It just adds youth to your face. So I like to keep it on the outer, boom, and on the cheek. On the chin, on the forehead, just a little bit because girl, my forehead ain't even showing like that, and then just down the nose. You don't need that much concealer on your nose. Your nose doesn't even need that much product in general. Lighten up on the product on your nose, baby girl. Okay, and lastly, I love to bronze tour, and by bronze tour, I just mean like contouring, but with warmer shades. I don't use cool tone shades on my face at all. The purpose of contouring looks better in photos. In person, I think a warm sculpt just looks so much more better. So I'm taking the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in Chai, and I'm just putting that right where I would want my sculpt to be. I think cream bronze touring just gives a more softer, more seamless overall look when your makeup is finished. All I need, girl, because honey, this spreads and she's full coverage. So I like to take the side of my sponge because it just blends out much more quickly. Now let's blend out the bronze tour first so we can allow our under eye concealer to sit, dry down a little bit. Remember, we use this side for the bronze tour. Don't use this under your eye, girl. It's happening to me because, girl, I damn forgot. But let's move on to the other side of the sponge. And I like to start off with my chin, my nose, my forehead, and then I do my under eyes last. And just keep the blend seamless throughout each step. Everything should be blending out like a dream. You should have no problems blending when that skin is prepped. Keep the nose controlled. And then for my under eyes, I start off where the lighter concealer is placed. Make sure that is patted in. And I just work my way up and marry the two shades together so they're seamless. And then pause. Let's marry the concealer and bronze tour together. And then I just like to clean it up with a little bit of that concealer side of the sponge. And then I also just like to bring it up to my eyelids since I'm not gonna wear any shadow today, just like a liner and a lash. So our lids are cohesive with the rest of our face. And under eye, honey. All right, make sure your bronze tour is as seamless as you can get it because once you set it, that's the sculpt you're gonna have. So I just like to double check that blend, honey, and make sure you cannot tell where one starts and one stops. It should just be seamless. They should just flow into one another so effortlessly. Now it is time to set our face. So I've been loving the One Size Beauty Ultimate Setting Powder in Translucent. I like to set my face with a brush, not a sponge, because I feel like a sponge just picks up a little bit too much powder, and I still would like my sponge to remain wet so I can just use it to, you know, fix things, touch up things as I'm setting my face. So I just put a little bit of powder in the cap. We don't need to bake. You don't need to bake in real life. Baking is meant for long wear makeup. Now, if you do want to wear your makeup for a long period of time, perhaps baking may be for you, but for just everyday makeup, we don't need to bake. It is making your under eyes entirely too dry. So I'm taking this Morphe E49 brush, a little bit of powder on that brush. Now this is a serious setting powder, but it just looks so seamless and smooth and velvety on the under eye. So don't use too much of this powder. I gotta get up close on my mirror. Make sure to pat all those lines out. Do one last blend check and set these under eyes. And this powder just melts right in. So find you a powder, girl, that melts right into your concealer. And then I do bring it out just so there's not just a line of powder that stops. And I just continuously press this in until it is fully melted into my under eye. Powder looks so velvety smooth on the skin. Okay, under eyes are set. Now, one last thing I love to do for the under eyes is place a powder foundation on them. So I'm using the Benefit Hello Happy in the shade 5. I'm using a shade that's closest to my concealer shade. So don't make it the exact shade as your skin tone. Do it like a few shades lighter because you don't want to darken your under eyes. Once you start doing this, you will not turn back. This makes your under eyes look so good, so unclockable, so smooth, so velvety. So I'm just using the same brush. I dig right into it and I start like at the inner cheek and just work my way up. And it just adds a beautiful brightening effect and just completes the finish of the under eye. Y'all see the difference? Y'all see it's just slightly darker over here, and then she is brighter right here. Start at the inner cheek and then just work your way up. Powder foundation, well, at least this one that I'm using, has a more skin-like finish, so it's not going to add cakiness to your under eye whatsoever, unless you cake it on. I'm just gonna do the same thing to the other parts of my face in which I concealed. Okay, I already set my lids. You know, there's nothing much to it than just a little bit of powder. So lastly, I'm just gonna take a little bit of Huda Beauty's Easy Bake Powder. This one is in the shade Kunafa. I just use this to lightly set this part of my face. Just a little bit, girl. She's a real yellow powder, so it'll best match my skin tone. And I just very lightly set the bottom half of my face. Cause girl, we gotta wear masks, okay? We gotta wear masks now. Honestly, if we didn't have to wear masks, or if I didn't, if I was just staying in the house, I don't set this part of my face at all because I like it to remain glowy. It looks good. All right. Now we did cream bronze tour, but I do just like to touch it up just a little bit with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. I use the shade Dark Tan. Now it looks like it exactly matches my skin, but it does create a little bit of a shadow, a little bit of a bronze on my complexion. I like using products that do give a skin-like finish. The MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural does just that. So I just take a little bit and I just touch up where I bronze toward, because sometimes it does get lost when I set my face. So I just like to bring it back just a tad, and it just looks so good. Like, I love this product. It just adds a beautiful sculpt to the face. It just looks so good. So naturally bronzed, so naturally sculpted. And then I no longer like to spray setting spray straight onto my face because I feel like it just leaves droplets that ruin my under eye makeup just a little bit. So I'm taking the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray and I'm spraying it on my sponge. Yes, we're going to spray it all on our sponge, okay? Tap it out just a little bit so you don't like take your makeup off. And then I just press it into my skin, y'all. I love the outcome of this. It just melts all the powders in, locks your makeup in place better than just spraying it all over your face, and you just look so melted in, so seamless. Be gentle because you don't want to disrupt your makeup or anything. And this is going to help your highlight look like it's sinking into your skin as opposed to just sitting on top. You know, that don't look good in person, girl. I've seen that in person. You want your highlight to look like it's glowing from within you, that it's melting into your skin, that it's becoming one with the skin. You don't want it to look like it's just there chilling on top of your powder. Now I'm gonna take my girl, have a whole eyelash on it, my Vesca Beauty Kissed by Santorini bronzer to sculpt my nose just a tad. I literally only use a little bit, like boop, that's it, okay, boop. And I just like to bring some definition back into my nose. All right, you see that soft sculpt? Ugh, that's what I love, okay? Very soft, she's there, but you know, she's not too harsh. Okay, oh my gosh, we're almost done. And I do like to add some blush. My favorite blush right now is the Buxom Wonderless Blush. I love the shade Ibiza. I take the Morphe E4 brush because it has an angle to it and it just makes blush application so easy. And I just like to apply it to my cheek, and I like to marry the bronzer and the blush together. I like the two to become one. And I skip, like, put two fingers right here. Ooh, my finger's so busted, y'all. Hold on, let me turn them around. I'm sorry. Put two fingers right here. Don't put blush right there. Unless that's the look you're going for. Put two fingers, don't put blush right there, and then put the blush after the two fingers. I just like to really buff that in and blend that with the bronze tool. And it just looks so, you know, you look softly blushy. And you just have like a perfectly sculpted cheek. It just looks so good. When I was traveling to Napa, girl, my favorite highlighter, Barack, but she's still intact, kind of, you know, she's still in the packaging. So I'm gonna take my CoverGirl highlighter, literally don't press too much, okay? The days of extremely blinding highlighting, baby, they're over. We like to softly glow in this house. So just take a little bit. I'm taking this Moda Highlight and Glow Brush. And with the lightest of pressure, I just like to graze my cheekbone. And I also like to just get my brow bounce and just softly graze my cheek. I'm also just gonna take a little bit of the Vesca Beauty Stargaze blush. This one is in Wish, just because it's a little bit more moist, a little bit more wet. And it also gives that better glow from within look. There's really no need to pack on highlighter because highlighter has reflective speckles in there that bounce off the light when the sun hits your cheek. Like, it's no need to pack it on, okay? The light will get the speckles, okay? The light will get the illuminators that are embedded within the highlighter. And then I just like to go in with my blush brush and make sure the two marry. Baby, seamlessness is everything. Make sure everything marries together. And for my nose, I just put a little bit at the very tip. Keep it controlled, girl. Keep it controlled. Don't put highlight all over your nose like I was doing back in the day. Girl, what was I thinking? And I just do a little bit right here on the upper bridge. You see that? Do you see that? Just softly highlighted, and it just brings together the whole entire nose. Oh, yes! Okay, let me take off the ash on my lips. Girl, you can never go wrong with your favorite new lip, honey. So I'm gonna take Milani's Understatement Lip Liner, the best drugstore. Actually, you know what? Revlon is making some good lip liners right now too, but I love Milani's lip liners. This one is in the shade Shoop. I'm just gonna go ahead and line my lips with that and apply the Fenty Beauty Slip Shine in Cookies and Cocoa. Ooh, a delectable nude combo, honey. These lips, succulent. All right, baby. Face is sitting. Face is looking very unclockable. I know that's right. I'll insert a video clip of me outside in my backyard to show y'all how it looks in the sun, outside, in real life, in daylight. I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial of me showing you what I use, how I apply my makeup for it to look really good in real life, outside of these lights that I'm under, outside of this HDSLR that I film on. And girl, I got tons of makeup tips, tricks, and looks up my sleeve. I think I'm going to bring back my Mastering the Finesse makeup teaching series. So give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and you would like to learn more tricks and tips and hacks from me, girl. Thank you so much for those of you who have tuned into every single one of my 12 Days of Christmas uploads. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you for being a supporter and subscriber of mine. If you are new here and this is the first time being on my channel and seeing my face, I would love to see you in the next one. Subscribe to my channel and join me and the honeys, honey. I hope you guys have a safe and happy new year. Please don't join crowds. Please don't group up with people. We're going through a whole pandemic, so please stay safe. Protect your health and wellness and those around you and your immune system, girl. Be safe. Set those goals, honey. Set those intentions and continuously become the best version of yourself that you can be. And until next time, always remember to serve, honey. And I will see y'all next year. Bye.